Good morning. Let's rise and shine together with this 15-minute full body morning yoga stretch. See you on your mat.
Meet me in hero. Kneeling on your shins, sit on your heels facing the front of your mat. And with your hands in your lap and your shoulders relaxed, take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. And close your eyes. And considering the day ahead of you, select an intention. What thought or mantra or vibe do you want to practice on your mat so that you can carry it into your day with you? And don't let it be complicated. Whatever comes to your mind first, let it be that. And then repeat this intention to yourself in your mind as if it was a mantra. And as you do so, lower your right ear to your right shoulder. To add on, extend your left arm straight out from your side so your fingertips barely touch the ground. And you should feel the muscles in your left shoulder, neck, and trap begin to open. And with your intention in mind, draw your chin back to center and switch sides. Left ear to your left shoulder. Relax your right shoulder down and keep the muscles in your face relaxed. And if you do on the other side, extend your right arm straight up from your side, fingers barely grazing your mat. And draw your chin back to center. Plant your hands in front of you, finding a tabletop, and lower down onto your belly. Extend your right arm from your side like a cactus arm, so 90 degrees in your underarm, 90 degrees in your elbow. Take your right ear down to your mat and plant your left hand on fingertips underneath your left shoulder. Bend your left knee so your toes point up to the ceiling. Then press into your left hand to roll your body onto your right side so your left toes can touch the ground behind you. This should feel like a really big stretch in your chest. Now find your deep breath here. Then slowly lower down. Keep your left knee bent open and take your left inner thigh on your mat so your left knee is in line with your hip. Press into your left hand to lift up and thread your right arm underneath so you're coming to lie down on your right shoulder. From here, reach your left arm up to the ceiling and then open up into a twist. Let gravity take hold so you don't strain for a deeper stretch. This is already big. To come out, curl your left arm in, planting your left hand down on the ground. Lift up to de-thread the needle and straighten your left leg out as you switch sides. Extend your left arm like a cactus arm, palm down on the ground. Take your left ear down to the mat as you prop your right hand up on fingertips. Bend your right knee, toes pointing up to the ceiling. Then press into your right hand to roll your body onto your left side as your right toes reach for the ground behind you. Make sure your head is still relaxed down on your mat. Relax what you don't need. Any unnecessary tensing or clenching or straining. Then slowly lower back down, keeping your right knee bent open with your right inner thigh down on your mat. Press into your right hand to lift up. Thread your left arm underneath, and when you're ready, reach your right arm up to the ceiling and open up into this big twist. And take a moment for gratitude that you showed up today, that you took this time for yourself, and your day is already better because of it. Take your time as you come out, lowering your right arm back down. Lift up to D-thread, straighten out your right leg. Planting both hands underneath your shoulders, press yourself up into a tabletop. Meet me in child's pose. Separate your knees out wide, with your big toes touching behind you. Lower your hips down towards your heels, and take your time as you walk your hands forward, lowering your forehead down to your mat. Close your eyes, settle in, take a deep breath in through your nose, feel your whole torso expand, and out through your nose. Feel your whole torso contract. And with this deep breath in place, rise up into a tabletop on your hands and knees. For cat back, tuck your chin, cave your chest, round your spine, pull your belly in as you tuck your tailbone. Breathe out. Cow pose as you breathe in, lower your belly, lift your chin, roll your shoulders back. Exhale to cat back, round your spine. Press it all out. Inhale to cow pose, belly drops, chin lifts. One more time, exhale cat. Inhale cow. Then come back to a neutral spine and look past your left shoulder towards your toes. Feel your hips shift to the right as you do so. Then come back to center and look past your right shoulder towards your toes and breathe. Then come back to center and find downward facing dog. Reach your hips high and back as you press your chest towards your thighs and take all the movement that you'd like so that this down dog feels good for you today. Wake up your body. And from this downward facing dog, walk your feet towards the front of your mat and settle into a deep forward fold. And take this moment to reignite your breath in and out through your nose. Slide your hands up your shins, take a big breath in, long flat back. And as you breathe out, forward fold. Inhale to rise up to mountain pose. Hold and breathe as you settle into this strong standing pose. With your gaze forward, shoulders relaxed, energized through your fingertips. Firm up your core and think about your intention for your practice today. Big inhale. Exhale to forward fold. Inhale, find halfway lift, slide your hands up your shins. Exhale to fold and step your left foot back. And plant your hands down on your mat, nice and strong for yogi hands. Next is a 3-leg down dog. Send your right foot up and back behind you. Settle into the pose, and then roll out your ankle. Big inhale. Exhale to low lunge. Step your right foot through. It's okay if it doesn't come all the way through, no worries. Lower your back knee down and rise up into your crescent moon. Reach your arms up as you stabilize yourself with your front leg, sinking into your hips, but not so much that your belly falls out, so stitch everything together. From here, open arm twist to the right. Lower your right arm down as you reach your left arm forward, stretching from your fingertips. Next is a peaceful variation of this twist. So lower your right arm down to touch your back thigh. Even wrap your hand around your back thigh if you can. Then reach your left arm up to the ceiling. And gaze up through your left fingertips. Big inhale. Exhale, cartwheel both hands down to your mat, coming back into your low lunge. And from here, either move into dragonfly or wild thing. Step your right foot back and behind you as you reach your right arm up to the ceiling, even towards the front of your mat. Lift your hips up, open through your chest. Big inhale. As you exhale, lower your right hand back down to your mat and lower down to your belly for low cobra. Zip your legs and feet together, press the tops of your feet down with your hands underneath your shoulders, peel your chest up, hopefully using no weight in your hands, but you can always use a little weight in your hands, that's okay too. Breathe. With your toes curled under behind you, on your next inhale, press yourself up into a high plank or modified plank, and then send it back into downward facing dog. As you inhale, look up, bend your knees. Exhale, step your feet to touch at the top of your mat. For a halfway lift as you breathe in, find your flat back. Then forward fold as you breathe out. Moving one breath, one movement. Inhale to rise, come all the way up to mountain pose, arms reach up. Then exhale to fold, come all the way down into forward fold. One more halfway lift, inhale as you lift up halfway. Then exhale to fold and step your right foot back into a low lunge and hold here and find your yogi hands gripping strong into your mat. Take your time as you make your way to your 3-leg downward facing dog. Left leg reaches high and back. Then roll out your left ankle. Big inhale. Exhale to low lunge, step it through. Lower your back knee down and rise up into crescent moon. Now, I recommend you curl your back toes under so that you can move quickly in these poses. Be mindful that you're not overcompensating for a deeper stretch, so relax your shoulders, pull your belly in, and engage your inner thighs for a bit of lift in this pose. And with that engagement, open arm twist to your left, reaching your left arm back, right arm forward, shoulders relaxed. Now to make this peaceful, lower your left arm down to your back thigh and reach your right arm up to the ceiling as you gaze up through your right fingertips. Stretching your arms away from each other. Open through your chest. Big breath in. As you breathe out, lower your right hand down to the mat, and I'll cue Wild Thing, but you can do what works for you. So Wild Thing, step your left foot back and behind, and reach your left arm towards the front of your mat. Open through your chest, open through your hips. Find your deep, calming breath even here. 3, 2, 1. Lower your left hand down and lower down to your belly, setting up your low cobra. For 1 inhale, peel your chest up. And as you exhale, lower down, curl your back toes under. Inhale to press yourself up into your high plank. Exhale to send it back into downward facing dog. Big breath in. Big breath out. And from this downward facing dog, walk your feet towards the front of your mat and settle into a deep forward fold. And take this moment to reignite your breath in and out through your nose. Find gorilla pose. Separate your feet about hip distance or wider and slide both hands underneath your feet. One at a time if it helps, going all the way until your toes come up to your wrist crease. Relax your neck, relax your jaw, and just wiggle out your toes, shift weight from one foot to the other, squishing and compressing the muscles in your hands and wrists. For 3, 2, 1. Release and shake out your hands. And then take a seat on your mat and find wind pose. Pull your knees into your chest. Relax your lower back, relax your shoulders, and find your deep, smooth, 3D breath here. Inhaling and your whole torso inflates at the same time, your belly, your chest, your ribs, your back. Exhaling and your whole torso deflates at the same time, your belly, your chest, your ribs, your back. And then take your time as you find happy baby pose. Thread your hands between your knees to grab onto your feet. And instead of rocking side to side, let's just rock over to the right side and hold. Find your deep 3D breath here. Then come back to center and rock over to your left side and hold. Remember the intention that you set for your practice today. And remember that intention now as you seal your practice, knowing that the effort that you put in on your mat will reflect in your life off your mat. Come back to center and release into Savasana. Take up space. Relax into place. And close your eyes as you allow your breath to return back to its natural, rhythmic state. Feel your body soften. And your mind relax as you think about all that you're grateful for today. Adding a gentle stretch, reach your arms overhead and clasp onto your fingers. And extend your left leg towards the left corner of your mat. And cross your right leg over your left towards the left corner of your mat. Inchworm your upper body towards the upper left corner of your mat for a big banana stretch. Then inchworm back to center and switch sides. Extend your right foot towards the right corner of your mat, cross your left leg over. Then adjust your upper body towards the upper right corner of your mat and relax into this big stretch. And then come back to center and pull your knees into your chest and roll over onto one side into a fetal position. And using your hands, press yourself up to seated. Bring your hands together at heart center. And one more time, come back to your intention for your practice. And thank yourself for rising to the occasion, for taking this time for you today. The rest of your day will be so much better for it. From the light in me to the light in you. Namaste.
Morning practices like these are my favorite way to start the day. And tomorrow, we've got a nice standing yoga flow in my free 21-day yoga challenge. Just click the link in the description down below or scan this QR code to join us. Have a great day.